All right, guys, what is up on my YouTube? Right now, we're going to go over this Blanka matchup chart. This is over my experience. I have over 1,100 games played. I'm only in platinum, so you got to take some of this with a grain of salt. This is my experience for the characters. Some characters, if I don't know, I'll just put that they have an even matchup till I have a better understanding. But I do have an understanding of most characters and how I want to make this list and all that. But let's just get straight into it. All right. Blanka, for example, y'all may or may not put him in like A tier, high tier, whatever. But I consider Blanka a very technical character. He's a knowledge check character, and he has a lot of tools that definitely can help him out. Also, it's kind of risky to try to throw against him because he can always just hold up back and do balls. He's a very underrated character. I don't know if y'all seen any of my vids or my other vids of how to play with him. You definitely can. We're just gonna get straight into this guide and we'll go from here. All right, first character up, Ryu. Matchup wise, I played a lot of Ryus, but I haven't seen Ryu do anything like spectacular or anything like that makes it to seem like Ryu even beats Blanka or anything. Like Blanka can kind of deal with zoners. Also, he can just kind of get in and bait DPs. I think Ryu, just from my experience, I think Blanka has a good matchup in the Ryu. As in, Ryu will lose this matchup more than Blanka will, right? That's what I say. That's my opinion. Remember, guys, this is my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. Actually, I think Ryu is probably weaker out of all the Shoto characters in this game. So this kind of makes sense as well. Okay. This next pick is also going to go with a grain of salt. We got Luke. Everyone's, I don't know if y'all put him number one. Some people put him number one in the game. Some people don't. Everyone has their own opinion. I think Luke is a very strong character regardless, but is the matchup bad for Blanka? I think the matchup is 5-5, but I also haven't played like the greatest players in the world with Luke. So I could see where the matchup could be a hard thing to overcome, maybe. But Blanka does have like a certain range against Luke where he can actually poke him and do like get on Luke's nerves and stuff like that. Also, Luke's drive rush isn't like the fastest as like DJ or something like that. So Blanka doesn't have the hardest matchup. Also, you can slide under his projectiles, but it's kind of risky. But I think this matchup overall, I would say, is either even or slightly in a bad way. We're just going to put it bad for now until we see how many characters have a bad matchup against Blanka. Do I have this reverse? Like this is a bad, yeah, this would be a bad matchup for Blanka. Okay. I don't know if I got him the wrong way, but y'all understand what I'm trying to say, right? Like Luke could beat Blanka, maybe a good Luke. I think it's even. We're just going to put him here for now because I don't know for certain. All right, next character, Chun Li. I've been experimenting with Chun Li on the side. I actually like this character. Now, I have not fought any decent Chun Li player. I'm not saying that this character is bad like everyone else. I actually think this character is pretty solid. I would put Chun Li and Blanka in the same tier. Whatever tier y'all may think they should be in, I think they're in the same tier. Now, does he have a bad matchup in Chun Li? I will say she does have really good buttons and really good pokes. It could give him a hard time, but Blanka randomness and the fact that she can't like throw loop and stuff like that. I just want to say, like, I think it's even. I think this would be an even matchup. I don't want to put it as like Blanka beats her because I don't know if he does or doesn't, but I would say that's probably like an even matchup, to be honest. We're not going to talk a whole bunch about every character, guys, because some characters I know less than other. Like the next character we're going to get into is Jamie. I have fought only one other Jamie player that's like platinum, and I will say that he is scary once he gets some drinks and stuff. But I think Blanka can like I think Blanka can play around Jamie. I think this is a good matchup for Blanka. I think he can beat Jamie in the long run. Just because Jamie's a little weaker, I don't know if Jamie needs buffs or something, or if people need to figure out what to do or how many drinks, or if you need drinks at all, and all this stuff. There's no telling. Maybe a good Jamie player can come around and show me how bad this matchup really is, but I don't think it's bad. Just on paper, it doesn't seem bad for me. But in all seriousness, though, I'm down to play whoever if they want to show that the character, like, it's a bad matchup, good matchup, yada yada yada. The next character we're gonna go over is Guile. I do not think that Guile beats Blanka just straight outright. I think this is an even matchup, 100%. I don't feel like Guile just has the upper hand. Now, you do have to play a certain way, but Blanka can definitely just unga bunga, and once he's in, the Guile has to guess, and Blanka actually gets good damage if you whiff a DP or if it's blocked. So Guile players have to be very scared of Blanka get in their face, and if he walks them down to the corner, because Blanka's best game is when he gets in the corner and he starts throwing out the Blanka chuns, and you can make people very scared and intimidated by doing so. All right, next character is this Kimberly. She's upside down. They just got her picture upside down. I don't know why, but Kimberly, I will say I played Kimberly in the beta. I wish they never got rid of her invincible wake up. The first round, she doesn't have meter, so she doesn't have a wake up option, and Blanka can kind of bully her, and he can kind of get the first game like on some of these certain characters just because they don't have the resources to get him off. And once he gets Oki, he gets additional like plus frames and additional combos if he hits them. So he just puts on an insane amount of pressure. I think he beats Kimberly in the long run. I don't think this is an even matchup. It would be if she kept her EX invincible Tatsu, but they took it away for some reason. But it's all good though. I think Kimberly's a good character still. Like out of all these three characters, Kimberly's probably the best in my opinion. Ryu's like right behind her. I don't think Ryu's a bad character. I don't think that you should pick Ryu when Luke and Ken's in the game and they're so strong. All right, we're done talking about Kimberly. This is gonna be what I think is the hardest matchup for Blanka. I've played a couple good Juri players, and I believe Juri might be one of his hardest matchups. She has such good poke buttons, such good ranges on him where his shortcomings are. She just has the range, and she gets good damage like all the round. This character is really hard for Blanka to deal with. Also, like her like dashing up and getting uppercuts while you jump back is crazy. I don't know if anyone else has had that problem. Like I'll try to jump back and like a ball. They'll just dash up and freaking DP and they'll hit you every time. Like it has an absurd forward range for some reason. This character is really hard to deal with. I don't know if it's a Blanka problem or am I just bad against that character. It's probably both. I need to learn this matchup better, but for me, just playing all my games, Juri has definitely been a problem. All right, next character, Dhalsim. I have only played one Dhalsim that was in like my ranks. This character is kind of annoying overall, but like he can never teleport against Blanka, because Blanka can just up ball anytime he teleports and it'll hit him if he's anywhere above him. He just uses heavy up ball. And for that reason, I think like Blanka just does good against them. Like I don't see where this would be a bad matchup for Blanka in any aspect. I'm not saying that it won't be even one day, because I think Dhalsim overall is a good character. He's just super hard to play. He's super range specific. He's super, like, everything about this character takes more work than everyone else to get the same result. One day, people will take this character, they'll cook him long enough in the fucking lab, and this character will be very strong. Just look at the high rated Dhalsims already, Master Crimson, Filipino Champ, stuff like that. And you'll see, like, Dhalsim is definitely a good character. On to the next. Who is this? E Honda? All right. We got E Honda. This is hard to say because y'all know E Hondas are just like spammers at heart right now, and everyone's kind of just doing the spam moves. I will say Blanka Ball does lose to Headbutt, and like the fact that E Honda has like a command grab and all this other stuff, I think this is an even matchup. Now, some Hondas might give you a really hard problem. It could be a mad matchup. But I think overall, like, if there's a good Blanka player and a good E Honda player, you can definitely go toe to toe. The reason is anytime they try to set on you and you're Blanka, you can always heavy up ball and hit them above no matter what side they're on. So this matchup isn't as hard as everyone thinks. The headbutt's more difficult to deal with than the actual like the set button. Like y'all know what I'm talking about, where he jumps up and sets on you, you have to pick a side and he's plus. Now, Blanka doesn't have to deal with that as much, but E Honda's other tools make it where it's kind of an even matchup in my eyes. I don't think Blanka just 100% beats them because they get away with spamming so much moves anyway, and I just think it's an annoying matchup more than I think it's them even. Like, it's probably a bad matchup overall for Honda. He probably should be down here, but he's so annoying that he can make it even in the long run. And I definitely think that. Next character we have is Ken. Do I believe Ken is a bad matchup? I played against a lot of Kens, and there are a very, very variety of Ken players. I'm trying to think if Ken just beats Blanka, but I don't think he beats him. Is it a bad matchup? I kind of want to say yeah, but I kind of want to say no. I think it's just Ken's so strong. We're just going to say it's a bad matchup because Ken just has so much strengths and he can do so much damage. He can combo from anywhere and stuff like that. But overall, I don't think it's a bad matchup. I just think Ken's just so strong that it seems like a bad matchup sometimes. Like, Ken just has his way to just get free damage and you can't mess up. Like, as a Blanka player, sometimes you have to play random, and it makes this matchup a little harder when you know Ken's going to hit you for all your life. And it's a struggle to be so random. Ken's just so solid. It's like Luke. I don't know if these characters actually beat Blanka, but they're just so strong of characters that I think they could have the outright reach above for some reason. Maybe, maybe not. I know this isn't a tier list. Like, these aren't the better characters, like, you know, whatever. Because I definitely think Guile's a better character than Blanka, but I think they have an even matchup. On to DJ. Do I believe DJ has a good matchup? From what I've seen, I think DJ's the same route, as he's such a strong character and it's impossible to like stop his drive rush forward and stuff like that, and he has mix up and stuff. You just have to play rock paper scissors against this character, and you have to poke apart when he does his feints and when he doesn't. Also, Blanka can kind of reach whenever he does his negative stuff. And his stand light punch is actually pretty good against DJ. I would say this is an even matchup for me, for the DJs that I've played. Now, I do think DJ is a better character, but we're not getting all of this better characters and stuff like that. That's probably the last time I want to say this. But I think this is an even matchup overall, slightly in DJ's favor. But we don't want to put him up here. I don't think it's too concerning or anything like that. Manon is next. I think they're dead even. Manon gets her stacks up. She's a scary character to deal with. Now, the one thing I've said it before, Blanka can always hold up back and punish these command grabs with Blanka balls. So they have to be wary of going against for command grabs against Blanka, because he actually can punish them rather simply and stuff like that. But overall, I think this is a like an even matchup. Blanka definitely is a degenerate character though. If you play random enough and people don't know, and if you watch my other videos on how to use Blanka, you can definitely see why my list is how it is. Next, we have Marisa. This character is really annoying, and I feel like it's playing rock, paper, scissors always. You have to guess and punish her options. The one thing Blanka really excels at is anytime she tries to do Superman punch, you can just do heavy kick and it gives you the properties as if they were in the air and you get full combo and stuff like that. But otherwise, like, I don't think it's a good or bad matchup. I think it's even as well. We're gonna see a lot of even matchups. For me, like, I believe this is an even matchup. She just does so much damage, and when Blanka's such a risky character and someone just has the potential to do so much damage, also if you do like a Blanka ball into their charge punch, you're going to take like 30%. Even if you don't want it to happen, it's going to happen randomly and it's going to hurt. JP, I think JP actually loses to Blanka. Blanka can go through most of his projectiles. Also, he can kind of like command dash through most of his pressure. And once he gets JP in the corner and JP doesn't have like the greatest wake up options, and you got all these Blanka chons and hitboxes that you aren't like actually, you know, hitting JP, he really can't wake up. Also, he has the command grab. You can just command grab, and it's so slow that it actually beats wake up parry. So I think Blanka actually beats JP, and this is a bad matchup for JP. Now, I'm not saying I beat every JP player, but I'm just saying overall in general, JP's have to be wary and play different against Blanka, because he can just Blanka ball in and he's in there. And once he's in there, they have to freaking get him off of him. He's a wild animal. He's the beast for a reason. He puts that freaking bandana over his fucking face, guys. He slides it over his lips, and he'll rob every JP player out there. I'm telling y'all. He's robbing everybody. Robbing everybody. All right. Next, we got Cammy. All right. I will say this. Cammy is a scary character. She has pressure. She has the tools. But one thing she cannot do against Blanka, unless it's a meaty dive kick, she can't dive kick. She can't hooligan stance. She can't do anything air related because his back medium kick is so strong. It hits her 100% of the time. Plus he has upward balls. She can't do no shenanigans against Blanka. She has no pressure opportunity from anything in the air against Blanka. And it's so hard for her to deal with Blanka. I think he actually beats Cammy as well. It's crazy to hear this, guys. I know, but I think he beats Cammy. I think he beats JP. These characters are definitely better, maybe higher than Blanka on the tier list, but he beats them. Definitely. Next character, Lily. I think Lily's actually a good character. I don't think she's fucking bottom one like everyone's saying, but from my experience, Lily is just annoying. But I don't think she actually beats Blanka neither. I think Blanka actually beats Lily as well. And the reason I say this is because she has to actually get the win stacks, and Blanka can kind of just dash over there and grab her and kind of like pressure her. She doesn't have a true wake up. She falls into the same category as Kimberly. She doesn't have an invincible wake up unless she has a meter. So the first round, she doesn't have 1 meter. I can just pressure her and get a whole bunch of Oki, and she has to guess on all Blanka's tools. He has a lot. He really does, guys. And he has a lot of plus frames too. So I think Lily can struggle the first round against any good Blanka player. Also, like, jump shenanigans don't work against Blanka. So the command grab stuff's whatever, but while you're holding up back, you can always punish with Blanka balls. So they can't really like risk that. And like, I don't think it's that bad of a matchup. Next, we go to Geef. And Geef, I have a problem with Zangeif. A good Zangeif player I've played against. You cannot Blanka ball at all against a Zangeif player. I think this is an even matchup. The reason that this matchup is so even is because he can lariat any Blanka ball. Even if you try to whiff one in front of his face, he just lariats and he's still going to hit you. It's crazy how good his lariat is against Blanka ball. Also, Zangeif's just scary once you play a good one and they actually drive rush in and they make you guess, is it going to be a sweep, the overhead, or a command grab coming, or, you know, whatever you want to call his command grab. But he does a lot of damage. You have to guess. After he gets this hit, you definitely have to guess. And the ranges where Blanka actually feels good in this matchup, Zangeif just can use his armor punch, or, you know, DI. I don't know why Zangeif's like to spam DI so much. But this matchup is definitely even. I've definitely lost to some Zangeif players in like three interactions, and it doesn't feel good, because the problem with Blanka, as we said before, anyone like Marisa, anyone that has really good damage, you have to play kind of unga bunga sometimes with Blanka. If you can't mix them, you got to eventually do something to mix them, and if they guess right, you're going to eat a lot of damage. And Zangeif is one of them characters, you're going to freaking feel it when he gets them punish counters and he gets some command grabs and he gets all this stuff on you, and you just can't make mistakes against these characters. So that's why this is an even matchup. But I appreciate y'all for watching. This is Blanka's overall matchup chart. Maybe y'all like it, maybe you don't. Maybe y'all think Guile actually beats him, maybe y'all think DJ actually beats him. Maybe they do, but like I said, I don't know these matchups 100%, and the ones that I've been against, I felt like it was even. Now, I'm not saying that they're not better characters and they have better buttons. I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm just saying I was able to handle it, and I didn't feel like the matchup was so bad that I need like buffs or help, or I need them to be nerfed and stuff like that. Like, I felt fine. Did I get aggravated? Probably, most definitely. But that doesn't mean that the character actually beats Blanka just because I don't like the matchup. You have to learn patience. You have to learn proper matchup play, and with knowledge and actually grinding and learning these matchups, they're all going to change. Some are going to be better, some are going to be worse. This is my opinion, but thanks for watching. Like, comment down below if you want me to make more of these. But peace out, guys. Love y'all. Thanks.